That.
Hello.
Cool. Welcome everybody. Let's play some D&D. We are actually still mid-episode. When we last played, you were exploring a ruin that you had found after following I guess, service tunnel, sewer tunnel, some kind of tunnel. And you had investigated what looked to be the ruins of a tower, and then some sort of like little bungalow off to the side. And then one of you opened a door, and there was a skeleton inside.
Is this not druid fight?
We killed the dryad.
Oh yeah, dryad fight. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I missed. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was the last time we played. Yeah, so if you guys haven't, you should open up the Overgrown Ruin in the Blighted Forest map. And I believe we had just started the round with Verde, right?
Yeah.
I think I was at the top of the combat.
Yeah, that's what it says on the combat tracker.
Crap, I forgot I could open that up.
Will one of you please share your screen?
I'm streaming
Nero?
it.
Okay.
On
I
the
Again,
posted it.
I'll repeat myself. Will one of you share your screen?
No,
'Cause I'm
you
not
go to the
interested in-
Twitch channel.
I'm not interested in double audio. So no. I'm also not interested in delayed time.
All right, someone share their stream screen then.
Can't be me, just to be clear.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Just click the share screen button.
There you go.
Verde's got it. Yep.
Yeah, I was still looking for the map.
If you click the button at the bottom that says all and change it to shared,
That's
you'll
better.
get only the ones that have been shared with you.
Perfect. I'm on the right map, right?
I don't know what map you're on.
Oh, you're not actually looking at the shared screen. No, I'm on the right map.
Oh yeah, you're on the right map. I see it now. Okay. It is your turn, Verde. So what's your plan?
So, like, that was a map. Just quick reminder.
What's that?
Quick reminder of what happened. I'm sorry.
How we explored this place, just opened a door, and we have a skeleton in our face.
Right.
Yeah, we timed to do this, right? Like, this is not a surprise.
No, we saw the
No.
skeleton in the window. We knew it was going to come over the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys knocked on the door. In fact, like you drew it to the door.
Yeah.
You may call me a fool. I wanted to punch it in the face.
Are these 5 feet?
These are 5 feet squares. Yes.
Okay. I am then. Sweet. I love how I can just target it. I am then going.
I'm gonna go AFK for just a second. So I'm just got
Sure,
a
man.
technical issue.
Okay. Starting it off great.
Yeah, get him out of the way. Don't forget there is a dice furnace if you'd like to consign your dice to the fire.
I mean, that was only the first throw. That would be awfully draconic.
I know, that's harsh.
I'm just saying, if you have a zero tolerance policy, there is a way to enforce it. That's all.
Give me one moment. Thinking a moment. He's not thinking a moment, but I'm thinking a moment.
Right.
In the loudest voice he's going to say that he can muster, he's going to say, "You right, big bag of bones. You're going to move away from the door, or else I'm going to turn you into fish food. You're going to be feeding the plants."
Oh, well, bone marrow. Actually, you use bone as an agent for growing stuff. I mean, are you wanting to start a garden?
I whisper in his ear because apparently this wasn't very intimidating. No, fool. I mean to threaten him so he moves away. Or they move away. I don't.
Oh.
Yeah,
I look at the hips, and I am not a medical professional, is what that 5 says.
That's exactly what that says. Yep. Smart to know that you need to look for the hips.
I mean, this is technically me and some other dead dude, and also my character. So at least one of them knows that.
Right, exactly.
I know that.
Yeah, that said, the skeleton seems unmoved by your efforts.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, the clavicle.
Yeah, and the skull also. That's all rounder curves.
I take a bonus action to spit.
That was a tease.
So there's a dice furnace.
No, I'm gonna burn him now. Yeah, there we go. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Dice smelter?
It's too bad we don't all get to
What? What is this? What is that? Interesting.
Yeah, it's a free plugin I found. if you don't like your dice, it'll throw them away and make a new one, and then roll a bunch of dice.
So what you're saying is it's entirely psychological.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'll work. This will be better this time. Trust me.
Totally. I mean, I did roll a lot of ones here, but I mean, the D20s rolled pretty well. I don't hate those D20 rolls. The D10 does seem a little cursed.
Yeah. Yeah. So I earlier I said it seemed unmoved by your actions, but maybe I'm wrong because it did step in your direction.
It's probably just the spit. It's following moisture.
And it takes a swing and a miss at you with I mean, I guess you could call it a sword. Like really it looks like maybe like a chef's knife that's maybe 4 inches longer than it ought to be.
Yeah, it's a macer.
Yeah, actually. That's a really accurate description. But yeah, it does not it doesn't connect, and it kind of overswings, and so it takes the rest of its turn to sort of like swivel its bones back into place and return its eyeless stare in your general direction. Watson.
Okay, let's in combat. Okay. I want to say I want to use this one. Right? What was it?
Don't forget
This
control
one.
click your target.
Active PC is not listening combat tractor, Chief. I cannot control.
Huh?
¿Por qué?
Error. Active PC not listed in combat tracker.
Try that.
Active PC not listed in combat tracker. Remember, I'm Watson Candy domain. You rolled Watson.
Oh, 1 second.
Get candied.
It's a pretty sweet deal. What can I say?
Ha, 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 ha.
All right, why don't you try that again?
Hey, I can target it. Soup's on.
We're gonna eat that.
Yeah, bone broth, man. Sweet eats. You can cook it down and render it. It's makes a great broth.
Nice. Yeah, that looks like that succeeded. So you want to roll your psychic damage, right?
Are you sure that water's sanitary?
You're channeling some Cyrano right there.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it seems to like shiver, and for a moment, you see the like bones of its ribs sort of like sag as if maybe they were going to break off. But after a moment, they return into position. That said, that very clearly damaged it.
Very nice. We're going to be making some soup tonight, boys.
I don't know if I'm gonna be drinking.
Oh, it'll be fine. You render it down, get a nice good boil.
Can we
Seasoning.
not talk about soup? Doesn't Verde talk about? Or not, sorry. Doesn't Neuro talk about soup enough? For fuck's sake!
I don't talk about it. You're the one who asked.
Enough with the soup!
I can't help it. I'm literally playing a foodie cleric. That is my entire premise on this character.
Then do a reduction, huh? Do some sort of reduction.
A simple
you fucker.
roux, you know?
Yeah, okay, fuck. Extract the marrow, make something rich and meaty, okay? Fuck!
That's
Hey,
why
more
I
soups!
Hey, Jory, it's your turn.
Yeah, I just right-click the skeleton. That's what I do. Right-click him to
Control click.
control. Okay, do I have him selected?
Well, you did, and then you unselected him. But
Then I
if you do
reselected him.
well, you don't have him selected at the moment. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you can actually, if you have the combat tracker open, you should be able to see who you have targeted there too, as well. If you ever like can't find your little like ruler line, if you're too close or whatever.
Where is that button? I think I missed.
I didn't see anything, so you didn't actually do it.
Yay!
Because
I'll
if
try
it's
again.
not in the chat rail, it's not real.
I tried to roll it in the chat rail, but okay.
It didn't make it.
I grabbed the die, right? Not the head
Uh,
for a weapon.
yeah. So like, what is it you're trying to do?
Attack with my maul.
Yeah, there you go. So that was a hit. So describe what you did and roll me some damage.
All right. As Watts opened the door and I knew the skeleton was going to be there, I had already unhitched my maul and brought it in front of me so that when this guy was like, "Rawr," and did his stuff, I just readied, and when it was my time, I swung, two-handed baseball style with my maul.
That's funny. I was thinking Louisville Slugger style. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, roll me some damage.
That could be better.
No, actually, that knocked him. That knocked him right down to the ground. He's not dust, but he's certainly in discorporated pile of bones.
Disarray, right?
We must spare the
See if I can see his
dying.
skull, and then I'll smash the skull.
We must spare the dying so we can ask him. No, I'm kidding. We're crushing this shit.
Meanwhile, I've crushed the skull. Right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. If you have a bonus action, you can take it. Also, I suppose if you have anything you want to say in conversation, you can take that as a free action as well.
You got whole movement action too.
And you can move, yeah.
I'll cock it back, the maul back over my shoulder and go, "There's another one." Because I can see it.
Right.
Tell it to come hither.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like Casey Jones.
All right, so you're you can control click skeleton 8 to detarget that one too if you'd like.
Where's the combat tracker button?
It's the cross swords at the little bank of buttons in the upper right.
Nice, perfect.
And then you can end your turn by clicking the little dragon with the down arrow chevron on it at the bottom of the combat tracker.
There you go.
Righto. Phaleon.
What was that line from Krull? Take the fire from my hand.
Nice. Ooh, nice. That's a hit too.
Oh, whoops, wrong button.
It's all right. I like the other roll better actually, but still.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so you get like a splash of flame across his ribcage. It hits, but he's still obviously going.
Yeah.
I say he, but you don't actually know them.
It's just kind of bonked it. Flame bonk.
Totally.
Old formation? Question mark.
All right. It is your turn, YOLO.
Why'd I roll that and not target him?
Well, you need to get in range first, but yeah.
I'm in range.
Now, the guy in front of you is dead.
Oh, he is dead. Okay.
That makes
Better roll? Yeah, better roll.
Oh, yeah. Still a hit, anyway. Wow, that +5 is wicked, dude.
yeah.
Barbarian.
Totally, man. Yeah. You whip the fuck out of it, man. You take probably, I guess from where you're standing, it would be his left arm. Basically just right out of the socket. Send it to the ground.
You and your kin will become my plant fertilizer, and I shall rub you between my toes.
Okay. Watson, your turn. Four-week skeleton.
Okay. Number 8 is it actually, can I tell that it's dead or dying?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't like turned to dust. There's still bones on the ground, but they're literally not connected to each other anymore.
Okay.
I mean, we're both dead. Can we like talk to each other, be friends?
Yeah, I don't know that undead is a language.
Bam. Yeah, so that skeleton likewise crumbles into a pile of disconnected bones.
Time to gather some bones to make some broth later. Wow.
I
And
have that.
everything is quiet again.
Huh.
They're probably human bones too.
Actually, can I identify what type bones they are?
You can try, yeah, if you want to make a, let's see, medical nature investigation. Any of those would work.
I'll give a guidance on that. Oh, well,
Boom.
looks like you need it.
I got medicine.
Yeah, no, they are elf bones, actually.
Not technically cannibalism.
Yeah, does that come up as a little blue box that elf?
Exactly. Male elf bones specifically.
Does it say which elf? Because there's multiple types.
It does not.
I'm pondering my mind to see if this world would consider that cannibalism stuff.
The world views eating sentience as taboo, but not cannibalism specifically. So effectively what you get is basically two windows. One that says no direct search results found and then suggests a relevant article. which is cultural. What's the word I'm looking for? Is cultural norms for cuisine. And at the bottom is a list of taboo entries. And among the entries is sentient species.
Yeah, I just want to say that. So
Okay.
so my sage perk didn't actually tell me anything about it being, let's say, like considered cannibalism, but it is taboo to eat elves and people.
Okay, noted. Won't do that. Is there anything of value upon them? Possible gems, rings, etc.? I mean, they are, well, walking corpses.
Good idea. You search this area.
Yeah. Actually, you don't find any like obvious treasure. Both of them are holding long, like I said, like overgrown kitchen knives. They both seem to be like they don't have enough clothing left for you to identify them, but now that you're looking at the bodies, you can tell that they are made from the same cloth, so they were probably wearing a uniform of some sort, would be your guess. No obvious jewelry. That said, one of those uniforms does have a pocket, and in that pocket are 3 small gemstones worth approximately a gold piece each.
I'll pocket them.
Neat.
Good find.
And the room that we're in now looks to be what was once most likely a chair of sorts. They're on the west side, and on the east looks to be a cabinet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
there's-
rolled my investigation for. Was I was going to poke through the remains of this cabinet and then eventually move into the other room.
The cabinet is filled with the shards of what was obviously at one point a china set. Probably like a tea serving specifically based on the pieces you can find.
This is a residence.
Yeah, I'm checking out this. It seems to be a bedroom.
It
Right.
feels like
What's
this
that?
was a mother-in-law's house.
What's that?
Like, you know how like you'd have like your mother-in-law had to move in, so you made her a nice little spot to put her, so you didn't actually have to deal with her in the main house.
Yeah, and in-laws.
Can I find anything here? I guess I'll do a perception check on the bodies with these chairs here. And
Yeah, actually, among the shattered remains of the chair is the pieces of another skeleton. You don't find any evidence of the same clothing. In fact, as far as like what clothing has survived the test of time, all you really find is a silk handkerchief embroidered with the letter A.
Interesting. Someone has mending, right?
I do.
There isn't enough left of this thing for mending, is there?
The chair, you mean now?
No, the handkerchief.
Oh, yeah, you could probably mend the handkerchief.
Cool. Well, then I would give that to Watts to give a once over. And then what's the material the chair is made out of? What's the state that it's in?
It's in really bad shape. Most of the wood is completely rotted through. In fact, the whole like area of the floor that you're standing in is like there's like an inch of like, I mean, calling it soil isn't maybe accurate, but like really heavy dust. And most of it seems to be that like orange spore shit that you found everywhere. As you look at the window, you realize that it's open a crack, and so it's probably been blowing in through the window, and it's kind of like all over this corner here. And it seems to have basically eaten the chair. The cushioning material that's left, there's some feathers implying that the cushion may have been filled with like down. And there is like a green crushed velvet material that probably was the upholstery.
Down feathers of a
see.
group.
It was probably a really fancy chair at one point.
Yeah. So no articles of clothing other than that have any containers or anything where there would be like a ring on a finger.
No, actually, Do you want to make an investigation check for me?
Sure. That's a int check, right?
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, so you sort of like run your hands through the, the detritus, seeing if you could maybe like find something useful or interesting. All you really come up with though is it's a green gem. Well, I mean, it's green. I don't know that it's actually a gem. You don't know that yet, but it's like a cameo made out of this solid green, translucent material.
Like jade.
But carved into the surface of this like lozenge of this material is the profile of a very old elf. And I say very old because like literally the dude's ears are drooping in the profile.
Wow.
Like he looks old.
I didn't know elves
See.
count that cute.
I guess I would ask for a passive mending on that one too, but I'd kind of want to hold on to that one for the.
Yeah, it's like the size, like the gem is like the size of maybe bigger than your thumb. Like it's pretty big. You know what I mean? Like probably an inch tall.
Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty nice. You said it was green, looked like a gemstone.
Yeah, exactly. Like you haven't had it identified, so you don't know for a fact. But if you had to guess, you would say it was some sort of whether that's jade or emerald or something like that. It's pretty clear though, so it's actually probably more emerald than jade. Now that I've said it.
Gotcha. Emerald. And that's in the item box of holding. Because I just want to stash it for now.
YOLO, the nightstand. The nightstand is empty. The top of the nightstand has this sort of like inlaid leather panel, kind of like a desktop blotter. But like but embossed into the leather are a series of 4 cranes, uh, kind of like standing in a semicircle from the perspective of the viewer, around a flower, which you recognize as a lily in the center. There is a drawer. I don't think you've opened it. It does seem to be intact.
Hey, look for traps.
Also,
I'm just gonna
Verde,
open the drawer.
Neil Cesariga is great.
Oh, yeah, right.
Love that dude.
Yeah, he's great. Open the drawer.
Okay. The drawer is relatively shallow. It's about like, call it 4 inches deep. Not deep enough for you to put, like something of utility in, but maybe the kind of place you might store your like, your journal or the necklace you wear every day or something like that. A small nightstand drawer, basically. It seems to be empty. However, as you like poke around, you realize that there is a small like card, some sort of piece of paper, sort of like stuck on the back uh, wall of the drawer. So you'd have to like reach in to grab it or pull the drawer out, one of the two.
Sketchy. I'm just gonna pull the drawer out.
Okay. The drawer comes out, and a small piece of paper falls to the floor beneath the nightstand.
I'm going to casually just kind of throw the drawer behind me and pick up a piece of paper, see what's going on with it.
Okay. The piece of paper is, kind of like a note card in size, like a recipe cards, like 5x4 maybe.
Right.
It is written in Elven, handwritten in some kind of, like, you would probably guess iron gall ink because you're that kind of nerd, but some kind of ink that is decaying and sort of bleeding into the paper based on age and time.
Why do I always pick weird languages? Why can't I be a teenager and pick elf every goddamn time?
Right, that's funny. But yeah, it's a dense paragraph of Elven script written on a card.
Anyone here spontaneously know elf? Anybody know that
Sylvan? Yeah, a couple of
I know
us
Sylvan.
What are you
is
asking?
that what Sylvan is?
What
I just need to know that elf tongue.
I know Sylvan, but I don't know Elf.
Sylvan? Who the fuck knows Sylvan off the top of their head?
Yeah,
Oh,
nobody knows Elf at this party.
you're asking in game. Okay. I thought you were asking. Like, I don't.
Well,
Do you
Sozo,
speak the language of the trees, Sozo?
Which trees?
Do you paint with all the colors of the wind?
Yes. With all the colors of the wind.
No one can read this.
Sozo, you realize this story is an isekai, and none of us are our characters. We are our nerdy selves going, well, wait, I have the body of my character.
No, I got that. You're like the 7th person to point that out to me.
Oh, okay.
Like, I got it.
Well, so all the pop references totally fly.
I store this note.
That's actually my favorite part about this campaign. I kind of realized it either the last time or the time before that we played it. I'm like, no, wait a minute. This is us playing D&D. So it's like, okay, all of our references fly. It's hilarious.
At least to each other, anyway.
Right. To the world, it's like, what? As it should be.
All right, I've stored that elven note inside of my item box of holding.
Yeah, it's funny that none of you speak Elvish. That's pretty funny to me. All right, so was there anything else you guys wanted to look at? Like, what's your plan?
What's in and or under the bed?
The bed is a mess, like rotted through. It was very clearly a pretty elaborate canopy bed. 4 posters with looks like purple. What the hell do they call that canopy? And now it's basically like mostly mold and debris as it's collapsed in on itself. So it's not like you could really look under the bed because there isn't exactly an under the bed. This is more like the pile of what remains of a bed inside of its frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that said, it was probably a really nice bed at one point. I mean, the carving detail on the wood is really nice. It's got this sort of like scalloped like flower petal motif everywhere. So there are like rose blooms, like basically anywhere there would have been a knot in the wood, somebody has carved a rose bloom in instead,
Any gold leaf I can pirate?
No, it doesn't look like it's that kind of opulent. Like it's more like it's an expensive piece of furniture made to be very comfortable.
I hear that. Interesting. The floor of this place, it's all stone?
It is, though just like the corner of the other room, this room seems to be pretty much carpeted by a layer of that like orange spore dust.
Yeah. All right. I have a little bit of that holy wood here. Do we want to burn this place down?
No, I don't think we do.
I mean, the holy smoke will already, really deal with this stuff. But I mean,
I'm working on exploring the place still. We're not done yet.
Oh, we're not done yet. Okay.
Yeah. Speaking of Watts, what are you up to right now?
I'm standing in front of a door.
You are, in fact, standing in front of a door. The lowest quality door in this house, in fact, which implies to you that it is a closet door.
I would like to open it and go inside the closet.
There is, in fact, a closet. The closet is empty. Well, you actually gathered that at one point there was probably quite a bit of clothing here, based on the sort of like rotten mess in the corners.
Walk-in closet.
Right,
But,
mess walk in.
Right, but there's no salvageable clothing. The only like actual useful piece of anything is there is a massive ornate wooden trunk in almost pristine condition at the south end of this closet.
Watch out for traps. You don't want to get trapped in the closet.
I'll open that for you if you want me to tank it. And then I laugh.
Yeah, so you give it a once over. You don't like pop up any system messages or anything, but you also don't see any evidence that it's trapped. It does have very heavy hinges, and there are two separate clasps on the front that sort of like keep it closed, but there's no like locks in them, no obvious keyholes, no switches. I mean, like, sure, potentially there might be some sort of trigger mechanism, like literally inside the chest that you don't have access to, but there's nothing on the outside that you could make out as a trap.
In all seriousness, do you want my shield?
I'm going to slowly open it.
Okay. Well, yeah, you pull it open, about like half an inch, and you kind of like you slip and it slams closed really quick, but nothing happens, so you open it up again. It's a crate full of books. Probably like 30 of them. All of them written in Elvish, at least, Lord of the Rings font for you guys. So you don't really have any idea what they are. But they're in pretty good shape, and you would guess that somebody paid a lot of money for these books based on the quality of their bindings and stuff.
Interesting. I put all of them inside of my item box.
Okay.
I'm doing an experiment.
Yeah.
Can I have the trunk, Watson?
What was that, sir?
Can I have the trunk, Watson?
I was actually going to see if I could fit that in my backpack as well, because this thing looks amazing.
Yeah, all right. If you already have the idea, you deserve it.
All right, hold on a second.
Because that's exactly what my idea was I wanted to see if you could fit the trunk in your fucking box.
Right? Now, I have a meta-breaking idea, dude. We're putting the books inside of the item box. The item box may have a built-in identification translator thingy to where it could tell us at least the titles of the volumes.
Oh, that
Gotcha. It doesn't unfortunately seem to work that way for you.
It just says
instead-
some unknown.
It has the Elvish font loaded.
No, that would be cool, but it's not actually that cool. In fact, it just says book X25.
Oh, at least you know X25. It doesn't say unknown.
That X25 is the count.
So literally,
one
I'm going to have to go
25
through and identify the volumes individually. Wait a second. Does that mean that it's all the same book? I asked the system.
Right. As far as the item box is concerned, they all seem to be the same item. You have a stack of 25.
Interesting. I might have 25 copies of the exact same storybook. We could sell this and make money later, and I can get a cooking ingredients. Yes.
Or
Anyways.
perhaps
there's actually a loot vendor, Watson.
Was that, sir?
Whatever Watson's real name is, that's what I would call him. I'd be like, do you think there's actually a loot vendor here, Watts?
Sure. We have to go to the main capital on our quest to get the stuff and things to find out how to save the world. I mean, that's just how it works. And just because
in that case, do we want to take a bone or something, like skeleton bone, 1 gold piece?
Actually, we'd most likely be able to take that to the Adventurers Guild for bounty.
That's an okay idea.
Like the priest already talked about there being an adventuring guild. That's why we're like doing all of this is like to demo that.
But
We're in tutorial mode, guys. Remember that.
just to say the box
Also,
just count. The
are we
box
actually
also just count all of the books as just the same unknown book.
right? And I would mention that. Also, Snipe, are you putting that actually in candy domain Watts or regular Watts?
Those are
That was in candy domain, Watts.
I have to ask that question for meta reasons.
Yeah.
Those out. Those out. Well, not back again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull up an item for this chest.
I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple things real fast.
Why is no one talking?
Oh, everybody AFK to get a drink real quick.
Some of us did. Some of us were just stayed sitting.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Did you actually put the chest and books in my inventory, or?
Yeah, the books are in your inventory. I haven't moved the chest yet.
I think I've noticed a trend that you like to follow. Well, it's not even a trend that you like to follow. I just noticed a thing you like to do, Max.
Huh.
You like to make books unreadable.
Actually, in this case, it's totally not my fault. So
Oh, really? What does that mean? This entire game is homespun.
No, he can. Watts can use comprehend languages. He just needs to change his spell book.
right. It's just that
Actually,
right now
on-
nobody speaks that particular language. That's all.
Oh, that's funny.
On
Just coincidentally.
the system can't tell the difference between the book I already had versus the 25 I just picked up, or was there actually 26 books?
There were 25 books, so if it's a stack of 26, you already had an unidentified book in there.
Okay.
If that wasn't supposed to be unidentified, then you should set that to 25, and I will make you an entry for the book that is not supposed to be unidentified.
I'll just wait till we actually break down and I get more languages. All I have to do is learn Elvish, which I just need to level up to learn Elvish, I think.
Easy
Right.
peasy. Oh.
I scoff. Rules lawyering. I guess that matters now.
Right? And hey, at least I did the experiment to see if I could break the meta, have the item box identify the books for us. Also, does the chest fit inside of the item box? Oh, can I also check the box now that it's empty of books if there's anything else in there, hidden compartments, etc.?
More mic breathing, Sozo. I don't know why it keeps happening.
But thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, I had to make an item entry for the chest. 1 second.
Gotcha.
As the box gets heavier, does it get more viable as a weapon?
I mean, up to a certain point, right?
I mean, actually, the box by itself was supposedly like kind of heavy, but when I
Right.
went to go beat Watson upside the head with it as a test, it didn't really do anything. It was like a Nerf sword.
Yeah, you're totally breathing into your mic, Sozo.
Am I?
Yeah.
Push too tall.
Well, yeah, or like maybe tilt your mic down would be my guess. You
Move
know?
it a bit.
If I'm not mistaken, Sozo uses a tabletop mic. Right?
No, I'm using a headset.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's headset breathing.
But you're right that I have in the past used one. And I have one. I have a Blue Yeti, but it's too good of a mic for conversation, I guess is the way to put it.
I'm using a Yeti Blue.
Interesting. Do you have it on push to talk?
For this particular game, yes.
Do you have it suspended?
Yes.
Yeah. I need to get a mic. I need to get a mic stand if I'm really gonna try and use it outside of recording.
Yeah, I use
Yeah,
a,
the bitch with Yetis is they're super heavy, so like you have to get a good mic arm.
yeah,
Well,
shit.
send me a link on Amazon to a good one.
Yeah, my mic arm is shit, and the blue is super heavy. So
If you'd be so kind, Max or
I-
whoever.
I built a mic
Yeah, I've
isolation
yet to
box.
find one, so
I built a mic isolation box out of the remnants of an old arm and a couple of old skate wheels because they're made of rubber, right? So they'll soak up all of
Oh, clever.
yeah, that is clever.
bumps. Yeah, and it's in a
Clever.
box surrounded by a couple of extra panels of my father's old phone, like 2 or 3 of them, just enough to like build a surrounding inside of this weird little hollow box that I had. Hollow boxes are hollow. It's more of like a tube of wood. I don't know like if it used to be a cubby or something, or if it's supposed to be attached to a wall, but it's perfect as a sound box.
Huh.
Well, I don't have those things lying around, but that's pretty cool.
Hey, Watts.
Sir.
Yeah, so that trunk did actually make it into your item box.
Okay.
However, when
fucking
it did, you notice on the item box screen, what's the word I'm looking for? A bar, progress bar control that you hadn't seen before. That is now approximately just a little bit more than half full, like maybe like 55, 60% full.
Okay. While I was trying to get in there, I would also check to see if there's a hidden slot on the chest. Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll.
That would be what? Would that be perception or investigation?
Either, actually.
Can I assist him?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
You can roll that again then, because you would have had advantage once.
Okay.
Oh, that was performance, actually.
Why did I roll performance? Okay. In that case, advantage. I'm just gonna.
Yep, that's fine. That's better. Actually, both of those rolls were nice.
I was like, that. I kind of wasted a roll, but you know.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any false panels or bottoms in the chest at present. However, you do notice as you go looking for one that there is a series of notches in the corner, about 2 inches off the bottom, like one in each corner, about 2 inches off the bottom of the chest, implying that there probably was a false bottom in this chest at one point. Either that or there's like a piece missing from whatever this is.
Interesting. Okay. I will let everyone know about my experience with the inventory. Guys, I'm now at, I think, 60% capacity on the item box.
Oh,
You
so they're
have
not unlimited.
weighed down.
Yeah, the box. I glanced at the bargain. It says 68. Right, Snipe.
It's like it doesn't give an actual number, so you're eyeballing it, but it's somewhere, somewhere between like half and 2/3 full.
Okay,
Could
that's
you
about
approximate the
60%.
diameter? The given mass of the chest.
Heavy enough, it would take at least two of. Honestly, I think it would take three of us to lift it, because I don't think any of us are here really beefy, character sheet wise.
Actually,
my
it's
strength is 17, kid.
Oh yeah, you'd probably be fine. It's actually not as heavy as you would expect. So like, you would expect if this was made out of walnut or some other, fine furniture wood on Earth, you'd expect this to be like a 300 or 400 pound object. However, when you were investigating it, you would guess the thing only weighed like 100 pounds. I mean, that's not insignificant, mind you. It's still fucking heavy, but it's not as heavy as you'd expect a chest this big to actually be.
Oh, in that case, yeah, Jory
It's
can pick
not-
it up by himself with his
It's
strength.
not. Yeah, it's not actually made of a wood that you recognize. Like, at first glance, you would think it was something like walnut. It's this kind of like reddish brown wood, but like the way it catches the light is weird. Not like scary weird or anything, but like it's almost like the top layer of the wood is like a clear coat. Like it almost like scatters the light, like subsurface scattering in a shader.
It's
Which
like
is
a
not.
crystal amber.
Yeah, kind of. Like it's not the kind of thing that you would normally expect from the way this wood feels. It feels like regular wood. It's just kind of light, and it's got this weird sort of like luster to it.
Very interesting. On that note, I am going to bed.
Night, man.
Later, rest well.
Good luck with your wood. And I mean that.
I'll
all
make sure to
gotta have
polish it
good
well,
wood.
sir. Have no
Right.
fear.
Also, I'm working on names. Perhaps Frank Synthatra. I don't know. Figure it out for a day.
Yeah.
Frank Synthatra.
Yeah.
Synthat. I don't know. Red bands of. I don't know. I'm working at it. We're figuring it out. All right. Peace, guys.
Later.
Night, man.
Later.
Night, man.
All right.
Okay, so by the way, did anyone find like a necklace or a ring of sorts?
I think
There was like a cameo.
A cameo.
Does it have like a iconography on it?
I don't know.
No, it's got the silhouette of an elf, like an old elf dude. Like if
does it-
Gandalf was an elf.
Does it need mending by chance?
It was pretty good.
Phalian did say that he did have something he wanted you to try mending on, though, didn't he?
Okay.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, it was the cameo?
Mhm.
I'll cast mending on it. I have an idea. We found that door on the west side of the tower. The cameo may be the triggering device to open the door.
Interesting.
Well, since this is most, I doubt this is like actually an in-law's house. This is most likely the servants' quarters, possibly a guest house. So they would need to have a key to get in. Magical devices, cameo or ring, amulet, something of that variety.
Yeah. So, if you pass that over and you cast mending on it, I will definitely tell you what happens.
Do I need to make rolls?
Oh no, I think mending a cantrip.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then no, I don't even think you need to like do anything. Just tell me that it happened. And in this case, since it happened, you cast mending on the object. At first, you're not convinced that it's gonna do anything because nothing seems to change. But you realize as you're looking at it, that, like right around the edge of the sort of like back of this gem, there's sort of like a spreading like patina of gold. And as the spell completes, a sort of like golden frame coalesces around the gem.
What do I
And
smell?
and you realize that it is absolutely like a locket, not a locket, but like a pendant. I mean, like it's got a mounting loop and the whole nine. As for how it smells, it's like vanilla cream, like a creme brulee though, like smoky.
Very nice.
You know?
Very tasty. Yeah. You get to have fun with that because all my spells generate smells. I mean, all my spells generate
Right.
smells.
All my spells generate smells, bitch.
Pretty much. That's one of the
All
beautiful parts about being a candy cleric.
That's kind of hilarious.
Nifty. So with the detect magic ritual, and I'd imagine it's been 10 minutes at this point. I'd kind of ask everybody to pull all the stuff they found out so I can see if it's magic, as well as kind of give the
Tell us
place
what it is.
a once over and a walk around to see if there's anything magical that we otherwise missed.
Total tangent, but I would kind of hate to be on a survival adventure in the middle of some kind of alpine, woods with the candy guy.
Right?
Because,
Yeah,
just
totally.
because you're attracting every single bear within, like 100 miles.
Even worse, if you didn't have any food, you'd be like, "Stop casting, you bastard! I'm gonna eat your foot."
Smells like sweet tarts.
That's why he's got good berry.
Better,
Yep.
fucking better.
Actually, it gets even better once I level up. I have magic. It's planned. Okay. Anyways, so I need to unload all 26 of my books to have him identify them.
Right.
Well,
yep. Well, it's
not
not
identify.
identify, it's detect magic.
Yeah,
but yeah.
detect
Well,
magic.
detect magic. That's what I mean.
That and the chest itself, and obviously
Loading,
that
please wait.
cameo. I've got it.
Yeah. So a couple of things are obvious immediately. That cameo is magic as fuck.
Nice.
You can't tell what it is. The school is divination. Like you can tell that much by looking at it. But you can't tell like what manner of magic has been applied outside of that, The chest is interesting. The chest is giving off a shine as if it's magic, but like it's not I guess color ? It's not a presentation of detect magic that you're used to. Like there's no identifiable school. It's like maybe the wood is just innately magical ? Like you've never really seen it's like as generic a glowy glow as you've ever seen from this spell.
Huh. So this either has had its magical identity hidden, stripped away in some way, or otherwise it's just an inherently magical wood that it's made out of.
Awesome. That means I could get a set of magical cooking utensils made later. Or have something
I
to
don't
store
know if that
in.
would ruin the magic or not. Like there might be something with the shape and the form of it, but yeah, we can definitely investigate that possibility.
And then there's the matter of the books. None of the books are innately magical. As far as you can tell, they are mundane books. Again, I'll reiterate there, for a medieval world, incredibly high quality volumes, and they're all in incredibly good shape. None of the sort of like rot and decay from the rest of the house made it into the trunk, so they're basically perfectly preserved. Not like magically so; they're still fucking old, but they're not like rotted through or damaged or anything like that. But yeah, as far as you can tell, they're 25 elven volumes. Do you remember what that other book is from, Watts?
I think it was part of my origin. I think it was my holy book.
Right. Okay. So that one actually shouldn't be in that list. That we should make a separate entry for that one. I'll do that between sessions next time. No worries.
That's yeah. I was actually sitting here thinking like what that could have been. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I didn't remember you picking up a book, so I was like, Unless it was the Atlas. Did one of you guys pick up the Atlas that the Absolver gave you?
Yeah,
Not that I recall.
One of us should have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would have if it was handed to me or if it was there. It's like, here, take this atlas. I would have certainly put that in my bag.
Yeah, so it might be that was that Atlas, Watts.
I would think I would have a tome for my clericness, though.
I think a cleric starts with a holy symbol, not a holy book, but I may be wrong about
I
that.
think you can choose. I think it's either a symbol, staff, or book. I think. That may have been old rules.
I think I went with the book option just because all cooking utensils are considered holy for me.
Cookbook. Your collection of recipes, right? That's your grimoire.
I haven't got that book yet. No, this is actual.
Yeah, I don't see a book. Let me check the priest pack. Maybe it's in there.
Maybe it came from the
No.
guild artisan. I'm trying to figure out where I got a book from then.
Well,
no book in there either.
I would recommend reviewing previous sessions.
I don't. Okay, if you just want to make me the bearer of the Atlas, call it good. That works.
Yeah, I actually strongly suspect that's what that is. But I mean, if you want to go back and look just to make sure, just let me know if you figure it out.
Okay.
There was only one other book that you guys could have come across, and it was the other one that was in the temple.
The one that he handed us?
Right, the one, yeah. Which was actually, you might have picked that one up too, Watts. Actually, if I recall, because that was a religious book, right? It was a book of rituals and prayers for their faith.
Yeah,
That sounds like something I might have picked up too. Like
that does sound like something I would have gotten. Yeah,
something to compare faiths between mine and his.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'll go back and check. That was session before last, so I even know which one to check. I'll deal with it later, though.
Also, this brings up something to my mind, just kind of randomly. I'm a paladin, but I'm not a paladin because I have a particular god. I'm a 5e paladin, so I'm a paladin because that was what best suited my character concept.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
So does that mean I have a god I don't know about, or does that mean I don't have a god?
So right now, even though your character class is paladin, you're not even really a paladin.
Okay.
The way paladins work is they take their oath at 3rd level of paladin.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Okay.
Right. So right now you're like proto paladin.
Right. Well, and remember,
Pro-B paladin.
Yeah, you're essentially you're like an oath keeper rather than a paladin. No affiliation.
No, exactly. But so like I myself, before I went to this game, discussed with my DM that I wanted to play this character that was this certain like kind of phenotype, particular character type, and we decided paladin was probably best.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Just making sure that that's still what's going on because yeah, you were talking about your gods, and I was like, well, wait a minute, I don't draw power from any god. I was supposed to be like a hippie, essentially, this like Zen master, right?
Yeah, paladins draw their power from their conviction in their oath. They don't draw their power from gods
anymore.
In 5e.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Which is the rule set that we are feeling, at least I think. If I sit, like, should I roll for that? If I'm sitting and thinking about this, what rule set are we experiencing? Is this more like Final Fantasy or is this more like 5e?
Yeah, do you want to roll insight? Like, there's some shit that you can tell without a roll, but if you want to roll, you might get some details.
God damn it was almost a 17.
Yeah, I know, I saw that. Yeah, okay. Well, a 12 is still an average result. So there's a few things that you can tell just as a player, right? It does seem to be 5e based as far as like your classes and abilities go. In that, you know, all of you seem to be able to do the kinds of things that your character classes in 5e should have been able to do. However, because of all of the system boxes and other things, and the fact that this is very clearly not Faroon, I don't know that you can actually accurately answer whether or not it's strictly 5e.
Great, we're in a fucking homebrew, you guys.
Well, of course we are.
Checks
Oh,
out.
that makes sense.
Wait a minute. Is the dungeon master here?
We don't know that. We didn't ask her before she sent us down here.
No,
We
I
were
mean.
having a panic attack, to where we couldn't ask her that question.
Oh shit.
So we don't know if our DM's alive or dead.
You know, you guys, I actually in real life saw a Twitter that mentioned Truck-kun today.
If I did an insight, would I be able to tell possibly like what type of homebrew this was?
Oh, yeah, you can give it a shot. I mean, oh, that's a nice roll. So, yeah, everything that you've seen tells you that this is probably not actually 5e. It may be a D20 SRD, you know, homebrew, right? Because, you know, skill checks and stuff work the way that you would expect them to. But a lot of like the little things that you've seen don't match the way that you would expect like 5e to work. It's not just lore either, right? Like, you're pretty sure that insight checks and things like that shouldn't give you as much detail as some of the answers you've gotten have given you. Like, that's not really how 5e is supposed to work. So there's something definitely different going on here. But I mean, it's probably a D20 game.
Does it have like a built-in Google search type function?
Not that you've found, but on the other hand, you could argue that trying to make skill checks is kind of doing that, you know?
I'm gonna think really hard. Bang pizza.
I flip the bed. God, what does it matter?
Yeah, Bang Pizza doesn't seem to do anything.
God damn, it's not EverQuest.
I guess after looking at the stuff, doing kind of a once over around the entire place, did I see anything that remotely stood out, even in like bed debris or anything?
No, and in fact, actually, when YOLO flips the bed, you kind of, you know.
You cut out there.
Oh, it's just a bed. There's really nothing special about it.
Okie dokie.
All right. Anything
old,
under
old dead bed?
the carpet?
No. In fact, I mean, you could tell without lifting it that there's not enough space covered by what remains of the carpet to cover anything interesting.
Oh, guys, let's go kill another laughable fuckboy. He's over here.
Laughable fuckboy?
Okay.
And I run out the door. Dude, no, this is hilarious.
All right, guys.
I bet he's still knocking himself into the fucking table.
Oh yeah. No, he was having fun. What?
What?
Are we getting
I'm coming.
Where did he go?
Can you not see him?
He's not there. I'm looking inside and I don't see. Oh, there he is. Wow.
Yeah, that was a technical bug.
Is he still chasing after, or did he stop? And then
he stopped until you came up to the window, and now he's doing it again.
That one's a little more. That one looks like it's a little more athletic than the other ones. YOLO.
Yeah, but look.
Whatever YOLO's real name is.
Look at him. He's not doing anything.
Actually, I probably call you YOLO anyway because that amuses me.
YOLO.
Phelan, if you'll come over here, I want you to. There's this door, like right over here on the other side. I think we can get inside the tower with that amulet.
Hmm.
Can I open the window?
Do I see what? So there's a socket that kind of looks like the cameo or the amulet thing.
Yeah. So there's a carving in the center of the door, and like it's like a bouquet of like forest plants. Among them, like mushrooms and ferns. But as you look at the stonework, there is a absolutely roughly cameo shaped hole right in the center.
And the door is super magical since I still kind of got a few minutes of that.
Correct.
All right. Well, we should grab the other two and head on in while I can still see magic stuff.
I yell at them to quickly follow.
Uh, is the window openable from here?
Yeah, it's not the kind of window that you could open. You could break it, but it's a medieval window. It's not a.
It'd be a shame. It'd be a shame. I'll follow their bequests.
Okay, cool. Yeah, they're all around on the west side if you're going to follow, Jory.
Yo, let's break the door down and kill stupid.
Yeah, here. One of you frontline guys can do the deed. I'm gonna get a fire ready.
I definitely want to peek at the device more in a mechanical way, but also in an arcana way. Well, very poorly.
Yeah, the door the door is like is seamless. Like, I mean, you guys, you have a player sense, so you understand that's a door, right? But like there's no place that you could get a set of picks in, or even like slide a that card of paper that you had in. There's no joint. It's like seamless.
Damn, magic! It's like magnets, except magic.
Well, magic is a form of science. Okay, we'll get into that conversation later.
No.
Any sufficiently advanced form of science, blah, 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 blah.
Cameo inside the door.
My childhood dentist office had a Star Trek style swoosh door with a button press.
Ooh.
Rad.
My old consultancy used to have a little door ring bell on the wall that went.
Yes, it did.
Ooh. Is there any other places besides the one that we're aware of that we could possibly use this amulet on this door?
No. There's actually only one place that it would fit.
So I put it in. I'll stick it in.
Okay. You place the cameo into position. It glows bright green for a moment. Like when I say bright, I mean like it casts green light probably 10 feet, in a semi-sphere, in a hemisphere around it. And as the light sort of like gains in intensity, you see the door sort of like wane in opacity until eventually all that's left is the cameo itself, which remains hovering in midair in an empty doorway.
Okay, you guys cross right quick.
Yeah,
Just head
I'm
on
gonna
in.
look at it like all sketchy like while I'm like shimmying across.
Okay, and then I'm going to step past it myself. While I'm doing that, once I'm on the other side safely,
All
I
right.
grab the cameo.
Good idea. Okay. As you do, the door coalesces behind you. And you see that this side of the door is identical to the other side.
Do
This
the
is
other
some
doors
cool
require it?
magic. I don't know.
Uh,
That's why I grabbed the cameo.
Okay. So you find yourself standing in a relatively dark hallway. I mean, you guys are carrying light sources, so you can see, but there is no light in this hallway. There is a door on the north, a door on the south that are both closed, and then there is the remains of a spiral staircase that has collapsed, basically to the east. You can, like looking up from where the pile of rubble is completely intraversable. You can sort of like see the shape of the spiral staircase that used to be there, but it's basically open to the sky. Like you can see shafts of light in the pile of rubble that's above you. There isn't much of an upper floor to go to, even if you could clear away the debris, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
No, like, door or anything, yeah.
Yeah, I mean there is there is a floor above you in that, the hallway at least has a ceiling that is unbroken until the collapse of the staircase.
Hey, it's that time.
Oh,
It
that
is
time.
that time. Hold on one moment, because I happen to be logged into your channel.
Yeah, actually,
All right.
Thalian, when you get a second, roll insight for me. But let's move on and do the our own ritual.
Indeed, it is time for the ritual. You can't see it, but I'm raising a glass. And I'm raising a glass to everyone who has ever gone to that thing I just threw over there into Legendary Neurotoxin's chat channel. And have given on the regular to ensure that Snipe Hunter and I can continue to keep our pants around our waists. I mean to say that sometimes you buy us lunch and sometimes you buy us stickers and shit. No, it's hilarious. Hush. Sometimes you buy us like stickers to send to you, and sometimes you buy us, tax relief, and sometimes you buy us prints for things that we're making that's super cool art. But whatever it is that you do, you help us, and that's dope, and we thank you, and that makes you actual real life patrons of the arts. So you should celebrate that. You should be
From the
chuffed.
bottom of our hearts.
From the bottom of our
Thank
heart.
you.
Thank you.
Be chuffed.
This one's
Cheers. Glory and good health.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
everybody.
guys.
Love you. Mean it.
One of these days, we're going to actually finish that divination deck.
Dude, I have all the text, I have the descriptions of the images, and I have knock-up digital versions. I just took about 1.5 years off to crunch on a project. So I'm not going to talk anymore about that because that's work.
No, you're good, fam.
So
I'm not hating.
I didn't make stuff for you guys for like 1.5 years, except for little teasers and little like compilations and shit. And I know that, and I feel that. And so, hold on. There's a from the ashes. We will rise again.
Oh, sir,
Thalian,
I
Love ya. Mean it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Watts. Sorry about that.
I just wanted to take a hose to somebody. Anyways, I'm looking at the door. Would this door look like the better door to go through, or the other door?
Okay. One second. Let me finish with Thalian really quick.
Okay.
Thalian, one thing occurs to you as you were contemplating the staircase and the roof. It's actually a little weird that there is a roof at all, given the damage that you've seen in the staircase. Like, based on what you saw from outside of the tower, and based on what you're seeing, at the staircase at its center, like, that floor above you really shouldn't have any of it intact. Or if it is, it should be like sagging and breaking. Like almost all of its supporting structure above you is gone. So like it should just be a stack of, flagstones mortared together right on top of your head, but it seems really solid and in decent shape.
Neat.
Okay, Watts, both of the doors kind of look the same.
Oh, did I see anything magical on the way in? Like, with my last moments here of detect magic, I'm gonna try to look at things.
Yeah, so the hallway itself is pretty mundane.
Okay.
All of the doors have various levels of abjuration and conjuration magic sort of like glowing about them. You would guess based on the front door that that's probably not like, a trap or anything. Probably more like the way that the like locks and mechanisms of the doors are powered here.
Gotcha.
And the reason I say that is because even though the hallway itself is mundane, you can still sort of like feel a sense of like a flow of magic, like the weave moves through these walls, implying that this entire place was probably a hyper magical structure at one point, and that some of it still has power, for lack of a better word.
I see. All right then. So I'll convey that to everyone.
Definitely don't burn this tower down if we burn anything else down. Got it.
Yeah, it sounds like a mess.
Also, do you relay your insight about the building's construction?
Yeah.
Just from pure skepticism, DM, I'm rolling as well.
Yeah, okay. Your observations sort of concur. Like at a bare minimum, the eastern end of the roof above you ought to be like really fucked up and broken, and it's really kind of not. It almost breaks cleanly, in fact.
Okay.
That barely even has a ragged edge.
That perception check is just to listen to like the sound of the building. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm less anime about it.
No, I get what you're saying. The building is relatively quiet. Excuse me. There is, some like sound of like the breeze moving through the building. It's very obviously not entirely intact. A little bit to your south, probably coming from the south door, like somewhere south of you through that door. There is a sound kind of like if it were modern day, you would think there was a fan running somewhere in the distance. Like the sound of an electric motor, kind of, but like, a really weak one, like like a PC fan sort of hum. But it's hard to say whether that's like actually what you're hearing or just what it hears, what it sounds like hearing it through the door.
Yeah, especially to me. All right, so I look to Watson and everybody, and I say we already know that there's something over to the northwest. We got Dumbo, but I think there's something maybe to the south as well. Fairly uncertain.
Phelan, you remember that you saw a specter in another room in this tower?
Yeah, that one was in the southeast.
Yo, specters are far more creepy than fucking skeletons.
It was just busy doing some stuff at his desk. I bet if we don't bother him, it'll be fine.
I can't hit it with my ball.
Man. Sorry.
I'm fine smashing fucking skeletons all day, but
Well,
ghosts is a totally different thing.
We don't have to open that door then.
Ghosts.
You got to do the G's first. Like,
right,
you think ghosts or ghosts?
I guess let's start by going north, because we already know what's in one of those rooms.
There's something I've always wanted to do. Can I do it, guys?
Don't touch my ears.
No, I don't want to do that. No, we're gonna open this door, and then the other door. When we get through that room, I want to do the Here's Johnny.
These doors are made of stone, just so you know.
Oh.
Halls on the door. Here's Johnny.
Damn it. Okay, never mind then. Let's go.
Just imagine you doing that with a pickaxe for like 2 hours. Ding, 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 and then finally you break through. Here's Johnny.
Oh, wheezing. Here's Johnny.
At which point they've gone out the window.
Yeah, so you guys are gonna open one of these doors?
North.
I have a 17th strength. I can just haul on that shit. Look at these eyes, man.
It's
Look at
most
me.
likely a magic door. Maybe you just touch it and it opens.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is a solid stone surface, kind of like the front door. However, there is an obvious like handle, like a round knob, you know.
I want to make a silly observation all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I just went to reload my jars, and I realized that the last time I bought an ounce, I bought the half ounce of sativa and the half ounce of indica, as I've been doing lately. And the sativa came in a white bag, and the indica came in a very dark blue bag. So I reached into my paper bag blindly and pulled some out and threw them on the table to reload the jars. And I went, "Is sativa? Is not sativa."
I like that they're light and dark like that too. That's funny. Daytime, nighttime. Yeah, okay. So there are obvious knobs on these doors, is what I'm getting at. Even though there's like no like actual seams, no obvious hinges. In terms of like UX, there is an obvious point of interaction.
Neat. Well, someone do the honors.
Okay. Looks like you're standing in an office, if you had to guess. Or a study, maybe would be a better way to put it.
Do I still have a little bit of detect magic going? If so, I'd give the room a last once over.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a
once over.
There are the remains of 3 different sources of light. 2 that look kind of like candelabras and one that looks kind of like a lantern in the north corner of the room. The one that looks like a lantern is broken, but still shows some signs of illusion magic.
Okay. Might be able to fix that.
The other thing that's obviously magical in the room is the very comfortable chair that is in near perfect condition where nothing else in the room is. It's a richly appointed chair of green cloth. It has a sort of like gothic aesthetic to it. In fact, like the corners of the top are like literally horned.
Damn.
But I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's wizard's comfy chair in terms of look.
I'm sticking that in my box.
And then in the before he does that, do I find anything in like the cracks or crevices of the chair? Anything else that sort of sticks out?
I'll help you with that too. No, I'll let
Right.
you-
No, not in the chair. However, in the remains of the desk, there are actually a couple of papers, again written in Elven, so I don't think any of you can read them.
Just yet.
Yeah, just yet. However, one of them has a really cool, like, if I were writing the game manual for an RPG, it would have, like a sketch from an adventurer. It has a sketch like that of a mushroom, and it is surrounded by not just Elvish, but some sort of runes that you don't recognize. As if it's kind of like a technical diagram of this thing.
Interesting.
Ooh, yeah, that's probably good.
And that's magical, you said?
No, that's just a piece of paper.
Just a piece of paper. Cool.
Yeah, the only actual, like, obviously magical thing in the room is the chair. And, judging by its condition and the fact that it's abjuration magic, you would guess that it just preserves its quality. Like, it's probably not like, wizard's mecha chair or something,
Yeah. You said the candelabras were magical?
Yeah, so they obviously at one point, they're broken now, but they obviously at one point used magic to provide light.
I was going to say light all automatically.
Right, they're candelabras, but they don't actually have any wax residue, so they very clearly never held actual candles. You know what I mean?
Are these tomes?
There's a series of books on the shelf. Again, all in Elvish, but these are like basically rotted through. Like you probably couldn't salvage a single page through the whole group.
Well, if one of you could mend one.
Even with mending, I was about to ask.
You could probably mend one or two of them. A lot of them are like the you could mend the covers, but the inner text is, like legitimately just mush. So
Thrashed, yeah. What's this thing on the wall over here?
Another sconce.
you talking about the one on the northern side?
Oh, I can't ping like on Roll20, but this thing in the lower right corner that looks like, is that like just a sconce?
Oh, that's just a wall sconce.
Yeah, that's one of those candelabras I was talking about.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. I see two. There's two of them.
I will. What do I need to roll to try to get one of the books? Which one would actually repair itself?
Just to read it, you don't know Elvish, you'd have to transcribe the Elvish.
You could still mend the book though. Like
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Sure, but if you're only going to get a cover, what you're going to get is a title, and you're going to have to transcribe that title.
that's
no.
I'm not keeping the
He's
covers.
asking which one is salvageable.
Right.
Oh, all right. The whole book, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Like looking at the group, which one would this book be? You know what? I'm going to go with the one that's got the yellowish cover, kind of in the center of the bookshelf, next to the fucked up scroll.
Okay. Chunking that in my thingy.
Yeah. So if you cast mending on it, the first thing you notice is that the cover has an embossed image of a black cauldron on it.
Ooh, I like cauldrons.
The Black Cauldron.
Which, by the way, is like a great YA fantasy book. That whole series is pretty great.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, right.
That's the Chronicles of Prydain.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah.
There's a what's the word I'm looking for? Prophetic. There's a prophetic pig in that series. A pig.
There totally is. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. You were talking about how it has a cauldron on it?
Yeah.
Awesome. I will put that in the item box, also denoting it with it has a cauldron on it, since it's
Cool.
not like the other ones. Just for
Yeah.
also,
It is a separate and unique book.
the light sconce to the north looks different than the rest.
Yeah, that's the one that has illusion magic on it, which the other two don't.
I'm going to
figure out what it would take to restore the functionality of them. What sort of check would that be?
Arcana, probably.
Okay, and I would probably, share that with everyone. Hey, let's see if we can figure out what it takes to get these things going again.
Yeah. So between the two of you, examining the sconces, there are a couple of things that you would notice.
I'm not looking at the sconces. I'm looking at specifically the lamp that had illusion to it.
Oh, right. This would actually apply there too, for what it's worth.
Okay.
So in the places where the actual structure is broken and you can see the sort of like interior of the metal, it becomes obvious that there are magic circles worked into the actual like internal structure of these devices. So restoring them wouldn't be as simple as like casting mending. You would have to re-enable all of the enchantments that those circles represent. And in the case of the two candelabras, there's a relatively simple set of it's probably like 3, I would think. Hold on. Sorry, 4. So it's like a set of 4 interlocking circles sort of worked into each of the arms of the candelabra. In the case of the lantern, though, it's like 4 times that. Every single piece is inscribed with magic circles, and in some cases they're overlapping, and in other cases they're like at different depths in the material.
Shit, this is like a lantern that shows magic. Like when this shit's hot and people come in the room, you can tell that they're wearing hot rings and that kind of crap.
Maybe.
By the way,
going to put
I love this campaign. Table talk is just built in.
Right, totally.
Is anyone besides me interested in this thing?
Yeah, I mean you can stash it, but if you get too full, like I was definitely interested in that too.
Yeah.
That's your candidate for mending, by the way.
What was that, sir?
That's your candidate for mending.
Well, mending
Right.
will only get it so far.
Sure,
Right.
maybe you get so
You
far
said
to
there was a
say so far to
diagram
the next.
page on the tabletop?
Yeah, in the desk. Yep. Like I said, there's like a sketch of a mushroom, and it's like not an exploded diagram, but like an anatomical diagram. And the annotations on the diagram are in a different set of runes from the rest of the script written on the page. The rest of the script written on the page is that same Lord of the Rings font that you all realize must be Elven, because what the fuck else could look like that, right? The runes, on the other hand, look way more like they're not, like you wouldn't go, oh, those are dwarf runes, but they're way more heavy metal than the Elven. They're sort of like, lots of spiky serifs off of each of the shapes.
Would it look like that?
Not exactly, but it does bear some similarities.
So that could be demonic then.
Wait a minute. Can I take a look at that?
I mean, yeah, I assume you guys are sharing.
Apropos of nothing, I do read Infernal.
Yeah, so does YOLO. Yeah, that shit's in Infernal.
Abyssal?
I spoke in Infernal.
No.
Yes. I
Oh,
speak
that was
Infernal.
Abyssal, right?
No,
Yeah,
I speak
I'm in
Infernal.
Abyssal.
Oh, sorry, it's Abyssal, not Infernal. My bad.
Okay.
I do not
my bad.
speak Abyssal. I don't speak that demon shit. Sorry, Blood Wars. That's not 5e.
Yep, sorry, Watts. I was looking at the wrong font. That was my bad.
You're good. So it's Abyssal. Interesting.
I speak Celestial and Infernal, for the record, as well as Sylvan in common.
You guys with your fucking esoteric languages, it's great.
Well, it's because I was raised by a cult.
No, yeah, no, I understand why your character has it. I'm just laughing at your aesthetics.
Yeah, I throw my hands up and go, the
This,
DM told me to play something I'd never played before.
this being written in Abyssal, sort of, like I had an idea, but I think whomever was here was studying the mushroom or the fungus.
Actually, based on the annotations, that's a pretty good guess. So the annotations on the document, basically point out the fruiting body, the sporing areas, the interface between the rhizome and the stalk. Like they're very obviously somebody taking a study of the mycology, right?
So this is
and
literally where this room was birthed.
and you recognize that that's the same sort of shape of mushroom that you guys saw at the pool,
Mm-hmm. We're
All right,
just studying it.
We want to collect all this stuff. Meanwhile, I do want to make a history or an insight check based on my character on what kind of person would know this language, because it's kind of creeped out that I know this language. I'm kind of creeped out.
Yeah, okay.
With history or insight?
History, I think, would probably be best. I don't know, either one, actually. Whichever one you think fits your character better.
History. Just because that also fits in with what Verde would go with as well.
Cool. Yeah, so, basically, let's see, how would this manifest? I think you would get a sort of like Wikipedia page on Abyssal. So you get a blue box, and inside the blue box is some text that describes Abyssal as the language of demons, specifically. Like it doesn't say fiends, it says demons. I'll give you that one for free.
Thanks.
And is common among the invaders of this world, but was not spoken here prior to the opening of the Devil's Maw.
Are any of the invaders of this world people?
Whoa. The Devil's Maw? What? It's just, that's
Like,
exposition.
is there a hyperlink to that? Like, are any of the invaders like humanoid or person looking? Like, could the corpse that my character inhabited in this world be a demon worshiper or something like that?
Yeah, so let's see, how do we want to do this? The Wikipedia page does not seem to have hyperlinks to other articles. However, you have a really, really strong sense that no one of decent propriety would know Abyssal on this continent. Like, you wouldn't want to speak that in public because it probably gets you killed.
Okay, I'm gonna note that to myself. Yeah, this corpse probably was a demon worshiper.
Hey,
But
I could
but
actually
if you
see
character,
the military knowing it,
Hmm,
just because they have such exposure to the demons on the battlefield, also getting orders and such for cryptography.
maybe that's if they got a smart, military front, and not a bunch of O'Neills running the place.
Well, they do have a massive fort with some conscripts of sorts. I could see them having a relatively decent intelligence department. May not be like CIA or one of the good ones back home.
I'm Watson. I'm really happy that you're making me, or you're trying to perk up the silver lining here. But I'm really wondering if the corpse that my character inhabited is a demon worshiper.
The corpse could be a demon itself, actually, sir.
Are there people looking demons?
Yes.
Yeah, there are.
Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, totally are.
You have goat legs, though.
Yeah. No. Hi. I'm a tiefling. I'm a person-looking demon. How you doing?
Only half, and maybe not. Wasn't this the whole
No. My particular ones. No.
devil? My devil.
My tiefling brand is very much.
You're saying you're a fiend.
All demons and devils
Whereas
are
somebody
fiends.
else,
The 5e ruling is all tieflings are fiends, technically.
All demons and devils are fiends.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fiend is the bicycle to the motorcycle.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 5e change.
I'm not gonna die on this hill, but
No,
whatever
it's not.
happened to the fucking blood war?
When would?
Demons and devils have always been fiends.
Okay, my bad.
No, I thought demons were fiends and devils were something else.
Fiends.
No, but I mean, blood war is demons versus devils, right?
Yes. It is the war of the fiends.
Oh shit, my bad. I will just step back and be like, sorry, did register that. I thought the fiends were the demons.
And the devils.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They're the same, like they're mildly different phenotypes, but they're basically the same species.
No, I understand that, but I always look, I am a child of the 90s. I always felt that like Planescape clearly established that there were fiends and there were the others. But it turns out no, they're all fiends.
Well, yeah, there are demons and there are devils, but there are fiends because there are demons and there are devils.
Yeah, okay. I was always on
and tieflings. I mean, you know.
Look, I'll just throw my lot in. I was always on the demon side of the blood war. That said.
Yeah, I always thought the devils were way more trustworthy.
Yeah, you're a guardian and I'm a defiant.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not a guardian.
The devils are guardians.
No, that would be
Guardians up, man.
That would be the what are the Asmodeans in fucking Dees? Those would be guardians.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say yes. The law.
Devils are deal makers. They're lawyers.
Correct. Guardians are lawyers.
No, the Guardians are lawyers. They're fascists. There's a big difference.
Okay, sure. And by the way, hey, spoilers, everyone that ever played Rift.
Oh yeah, the Guardians are the bad guys. I hope I didn't break that to you.
I was gonna say, Snipe Hunter and I made this shit up together. The Guardians were not supposed to be blue; they were supposed to be red. And
they were supposed to be blue, but only in the subversive sort of way that sets your mind into thinking things.
That was only the second fucking rev. The first rev, Defiance were red and Guardians were blue, and everyone got, or sorry, vice versa, and everyone got mad. And everyone got mad. They were like, "You know, Guardians are the good guys. They should be blue." And I was like, "Oh, look at you with your color theory."
Nope. Also, you're a Nazi. Just saying.
Also, yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't say that because I'm more politic than that. But no, when I know it was you and I that did this, and we originally made the Guardians red and the Defiance blue on fucking purpose.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And they got up our ass about it, and we're like, "No, come on, Guardians are the good guys, right?" And I'm like, "There's literally a fist holding a chain."
Right.
You should have done blue and green.
Yeah,
You can't do blue and green.
Actually, you can't. No, you're right. I forgot about that.
Color blindness.
Yep. That's what I just asked.
Because you can be, you know, red colorblind, and you can be blue colorblind, and you can be green colorblind, and you can be blue-green colorblind, and you can be yellow-blue colorblind, but you can't be red-blue colorblind.
Nope. When you said color, when you said you couldn't do that, I already I put it together.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Sorry for the diversion, but yeah, originally the Guardians were red, the Defiance were blue, and it was supposed to make you go, "Why?" Because I was fucking with color theory, and then the entire team came down on me and were like, "Dude, the Guardians are the good guys, right?" And I was like, "No, the Guardians are the lawful evil guys, and the Guardians are the chaotic neutral."
Right. The Guardians are literally responsible for the end of the world in that game.
They totally were. Exactly. Like, yeah, they were slavish. They were supposed to be subversive. But no, everyone made them Team USA. The gauntlet and the fucking chain is Team USA, and they made them blue. And then
hey, look, it's prophetic, right?
And then the fucking mascara elves. The mascara elves and the bad guys are all red, because red is, red. It's bad guys.
Yeah, well, they fucked up the elves way before that anyway, so.
Hey, man. That's actually a story I tell when I'm in job interviews.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, dude. Please put mascara games in or mascara elves in our game is something I talk to design 101 classes about when they ask about what's the most absurd thing, blah blah blah, or like there's always a way to tell the mascara elves story in a design 101 class.
Right. You're like, you guys ever play F, Marry, Kill?
That's so elegant what you just said right there. Like, that was legit good. Because I'm not going to relate the actual story.
Right, exactly.
But F, Marry, Kill, right up there.
Yep. Okay. So you guys doing more with this room here? Or?
I'm bursting the door down.
But yeah, I'm gonna put the sconce, the one with illusions on, in my bag. Well, in the boxy thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Could you
make an
add
item that weighs about 8 pounds and call it Broken Magical Lantern.
How heavy is the chair? This is my barbarian chair.
Oh, the chair's about 12 pounds.
And it's going inside of my thing. Does it almost fill it up? Like, where's my item box?
Actually, that's a pretty big chair. That's probably more like 20 pounds.
Okay.
I'd call that a perfectly preserved, comfy chair.
I like the alliteration. Yep. No, I'm gonna take that out of the item box whenever we're camping, and it's gonna be the place where I sleep. It's gonna be one of those guys who sleep sitting, but I'm gonna sleep inside of my perfectly preserved, comfy chair.
Well, trance, right? Because you don't even really sleep, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's gonna be.
I
the
would
creepy
identify that just in case there's more magic involved in that than what we honestly we can tell.
We'll get to there.
I just don't want you to end up dead.
What do you mean?
Right, it's actually a chair of like dissolving flesh.
Right.
That would suck. Yeah.
So let's do some identification magic on that with the priesty man later.
No, but what do you mean dead?
it dissolves your flesh to where you're a skeletal form that is completely not acceptable in this plane of existence, and people will try to hunt you and remove you from it.
I was under the impression people would do that if they figured out about my situation.
Right. If
Yeah,
they figure out
that's
who you
exactly.
are.
But this way you can still hide it, like I'm hiding things, and but if you make it blatantly obvious you are what you are, not so much.
I shouldn't have to hide myself to anybody. I'm gonna open this door.
All right. Well, stop right there because what you need to do next is roll initiative. But we'll do that next session. This is a good time to stop.
Yee, you open the door.
Okie dokie.
There's a husk zombie in there.
Sounds
know.
good.
I knew he was there.
We all did. We've been looking in the window.
Yeah, you guys saw him before. But yeah, you're looking at a completely smashed alchemical laboratory now.
Jesus balls.
There are drugs in here?
There
At least-
probably were. Now it's just a green slush on the floor.
At least it's my initiative that I rolled a 1 on.
Smells like a mix between like chlorine and like acrylic resin.
Sipping on sweet chlorine.
An initiative.
Not the good drugs at all.
Actually, my version is better than theirs.
Not if it smells like that.
We got some good rolls this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, a 1.
you guys knew what was coming. You know. Yeah, I don't know why you
Jory-
weren't on the ball, Jory. Maybe you like tripped on your new feet or something.
Hey,
They are big.
Sir, you just happen to be a pacifist. You're like, I don't really want to go, guys. Do I gotta go? I do. Okay, fine. I'll go last. God.
Also, initiative
Dragging the big feet.
initiative starts at 1.
Yeah, no, it's the other way around. But
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's a 5e thing.
yeah, I think it was 4 actually. But yeah,
God damn it. Old school D&D started at 1. Well, for initiative only.
right. But that's because in old school D&D you didn't actually roll your initiative. You had an initiative.
Okay, that's fair. Based on your dex and shit. Fuck.
Right.
It was second E that you rolled in it.
Yep.
But even in second E, if you rolled a 1, you go first.
Yeah, it was low is first. You're right. God, I haven't played 2E in a long time.
Weird.
Well, it's not weird. That's actually cool. I understand why you feel it's weird is because you want every roll to be the same, like goals and shit. But no, that's actually a thing Paranoia does also, is that some rolls you want to roll super low, some
I'll be
rolls
right back.
you want to roll super high.
That go.
Oh, and then there's Thaco, and Thaco is a whole fucking different thing.
Fucking weird.
You hit armor class 0, must roll blank, and that's a scrolling thing based on your dex and your strength? Question mark? I don't remember Thaco.
It depended on what class you were, as well as what traits you had.
Yep,
Not traits.
fair enough. Class also. There were no traits in
Attributes.
second E and AD. Traits didn't happen until a late second edition.
I thought it was an ADD.
No, I think traits started in second edition when they started building all the fucking subclass manuals and shit. Do you remember all those? They're like bound in like the brown leather looking shit.
Yeah, those books were freaking cool.
Yeah, except they were fucking game breaking because someone would show up at your con and they'd be like, "I'm gonna play the fucking this one they only printed 20 copies of," and it's like if I roll a d20, I win the game. It's like, dude, can you play with the rest of us, the role playing game we're actually playing, or have you just built this build that's just unstoppable and it's like, what the fuck? Now you're gonna fight gods, I guess.
Oh, that's the something most of them never comprehended. You hit level 16 plus, you're basically like the king, queen, emperor, or whatever you want to be for the respective area, because you are literally the badass.
If I'm gonna do Tomb of Elemental Evil, I'll let you roll a d20. I'll let you roll a 20th level character. If I'm gonna do, what's the other one? Shit, it's too bad Snipe isn't here. The one with fucking
I
mosaic.
am here.
The one oh you are? What's the fucking module with the Lich King that's in it and the mosaic with the shit? It's just like there's a trap with a glyph of warding in the first room that will kill you. It's I think Temple of Elemental Evil.
Right. I'm like, you're talking about the one that's on the ladder, right? Yeah, it's Temple of Elemental Evil.
Yeah. So like
I'm
I've
gonna
had games that
wrap
are like
things up here, everybody.
Good
Thanks
night,
for
love it.
watching. Have a good one.
Yep,
Cheers.
night, everybody.